doing cartridge filter cleaning the proper way, the way the professionals do it. You need a trash can. You don't fill it up with water. You're going to add Dawn soap. Make sure your pump is off. And you're going to bleed off the valve. Make sure there's no pressure. Then you're going to untighten the clamp. Most filters are different size bolts, so I can't tell you which size it's going to be. Just loosen it and take it off. Then you're going to pull off the lid. This one. Then you're going to take this off. Then you're going to pull this little screen off. Make sure you clean this off. Put your water hose and rinse off the filter. Now, after you rinse that one off, put it in the soap. Start cleaning the rest, rinsing them off. Put them in the soap after you rinse them. That way they have time to soap up. Now, after you soak them in Dawn for 5 minutes, you're going to rinse them off again. Then you're going to dump the water out of the trash can. But you got to rinse all them out again with the water hose. Now you're going to dump out the soap in the trash can, the water, and then refill it with fresh water. And then you're going to add some liquid chlorine, about a quart. That gets rid of any algae buildup inside the filters. Re-soak your filters for 5 minutes in the liquid chlorine. While that's soaking, you can now, you're going to drain. Got a drain down here. Drain out the water, clean it out. Clean your gasket out while your filters are soaking. Quick note, I also like to rinse around the rims, inside and out, with the water hose. That way there's nothing, no debris, so you don't have to worry about leaks. I'm just going to use the pliers, channel locks, undo this one. Now note, some are different. You might have to use a ratchet or a wrench. Also note that there's probably going to be a lot of trash in here. You want to get that out of there. Now you put your O-ring back on after you rinsed it off. You're going to use some magic lube. You don't need that much, just enough to go over the surface of it. That helps lubricate the O-ring and stops leaks. You can get the magic lube from Leslie's, or they might even have it at Home Depot or Lowe's. Put some spots of lube and then just rub your finger around it. Don't forget to lube your drain plug. Anywhere you got a rubber gasket, you should lube it. Now the O-ring, you lube one side, you flip it over, put it back on, lube the top. Or you can lube it all at one time when it's off, but I just put it on, lube it, flip it over, lube it. Put your drain plug back in. Just snug it up. It doesn't have to be real tight. You don't want to over tighten. You can always tighten a little more if it is leaking. Then we're going to rinse off the filters one last time. I got the filters back in. Some of them say bottom side on the filters. Some of them don't. These don't, but just make sure you put them back on the way you put them back. Got them out. Anytime you shut your pump down and you do something like this, you want to fill this back up with water before you turn it back on. Now, as you see, I put the ring on. I got a rubber mallet. If you can tap around it and tighten it up as you go, and tighten, make sure it's all snug. It's easier using the rubber mallet than it is just trying to tighten the whole thing up with the ratchet. Now let it run. Check the leak. Make sure your pressure drops down. If the pressure goes back up, then you probably need new filter. Now there's a movie called Waterboy, and he says, "You can do it." Now that's high quality H2O. Hope you like this video. Hit the like button and subscribe to Janky Time Productions.